What is up, everyone? We have a big day today. We have NFPs, non-farm payrolls, one of the largest market. Oh, just kill this. Yeah, so one of the huge market moving events, fundamental releases. So let's see what what we have in store. Okay. Good morning, guys. We have 12 minutes, and obviously you always have to every day, or and in the beginning of the week, you have to know what are economic releases that are pertinent that week. I only pay attention to the let's call it red events, meaning only the most important ones. All the little ones, little releases. I couldn't care less for the most part. But when central banks, rate decisions, NFP, non-farm payrolls, employment of the United States, which gauges the economy, obviously, etc., are super important because the markets move and become super volatile. So if you're not even aware that it's happening, and you're gonna put on a trade because your technical setup says something, you're gonna be in a world of hurt real fast. So this is why you start your day, you start your week by knowing where you are on the map. Okay, where the fuck are you? And meaning you can't. There are certain times to trade, certain times not to trade. Right now, it's 10 minutes prior to the thing is not a time to enter any trades. You have to be aware what everybody else is doing. And right now, let's take a look. Stocks, yeah, well, so the stocks are flat, nothing happening there. Gold is just chopping about. I think we sold gold yesterday live here. I tweeted when I closed it, so that was nice. It was kind of trend, but we caught this move down. I think we started around 9 o'clock, so we were somewhere here, and stops here, and we drove. I closed it. It was supposed to go a little lower, but I closed it. I saw that the momentum is waning on a short-term time frame, so I closed it, and I tweeted when I closed it on my Twitter account. So if you guys were trading with me, you could have taken profit as well. Okay. All right. Let's see. So we have 12 minutes till non-farm payrolls, the big ones. So the forecast, the previous one was a big one, but because it's a January one, first month of the year, usually the hires, people don't hire, as many new employees. So this number is expected to be lower. Then it's not a big number. So highly likely we're gonna come in line or beat it. Now, let's see. So what if the number beats the forecast? That means the economy is doing pretty well, and this is going to be probably in the beginning, at least, you're going to see a reaction and maybe a sell-off in the markets, because even though the markets are reflection of the economy, but even more so, that will not give enough weapon for Trump to force or influence Federal Reserve to cut interest rates further. And as I've been talking about this for the last 2 weeks, that Trump wants to cut rates while Fed wants to keep the rates stable, unchanged, so to speak, because they don't want to cause more inflation if they're going to cut too much. So if the economy is basically, if the barometers are saying that the unemployment is in line, and the employment change is pretty much in line or even better, that means the economy is doing well. And if the economy is doing well, then there is no reason to cut rates. And if there's no reason to cut rates, I think the initial reaction of the markets will be a sell-off. and then we can probably buy the dip, because overall, um, economy is doing well, and if either way, markets should be going up, so to speak, because if either they go up on the economy, or they go up on the fact that the economy is going doing a little worse, but Federal Reserve will just cut rates to stimulate it. So either way, we still have some bullish room, some upside for the stocks, I think. Even though it's extremely overbought, and the positioning is skewed to the max. So like all the retail, all the statistics that come out, that basically all the retail is positioned long stocks, stock indices. And whenever you see these statistical one-sided type of action, usually sooner or later that reverses hard to squeeze them. Okay, so if everybody's positioned one side, usually the opposite happens. Okay, because it's, you don't want to be part of the herd. There's time to be part of the herd, but this is late stage herd, So it's there is some food for thought. Again, I'm just making out scenarios, and when I see price, if let's say we have a beat and the price dips nicely, I will consider maybe buying. But this is Nasdaq. As you can see, we are contracting volume. So we are. This is consolidation. This is high, low, lower, high, and higher low, lower high, and higher low. So ideally, you don't want to be trading within the triangle. You can here because it's right at the resistance, right? It's right at the resistance. So if you want to short, it could be a nice short because we can keep doing this for a little while longer. Ideally, though, we want to wait for this consolidation to be over, because essentially in the last month and a half, we've done a whole lot of nothing. This is just chop fest. So when you see this chop fest, you want to be a buyer and seller at the extremes, and wait for a proper breakout with on closing basis, plus maybe a retest and then continuation. So that's the breakout, retest, continuation. I've been hammering it down for a while. So Euro USD. Okay, let's take a look at Euro. So I don't know. Obviously, the trend is still down. We did have a higher. We took out this high with the higher high, and we couldn't take out this low anymore. So the proverbial downtrend is at least pausing for now. So and you are in the middle of this situation here. Okay, you're somewhere in the middle. This is going to be very news dependent. That's why you have zero volatility right now. Today's whole range is this little fucking blimp, because it will in about 5 minutes you will see this thing either go this way or that way. At this point, you're smack in the middle. You are at value, so there is no statistical edge for you to either buy or sell. At least in my view. And so this is not a you always have to trade when there is a setup, which is a good setup, not force a trade just because you want to trade the euro right now and there's nothing going on. That means just stay the fuck out of euro. At least it gives you some kind of semblance of what it wants to do. Right now, I don't see anything. It sold off. It closed the gap. We were long closing the gap. We popped the people who were short. This is their previous swing prior to the gap down, right? We did a little peekaboo, grabbed the liquidity, and then people who pushed this price up took profit. This is their profit taking. Right now, I think based on the news, we will be able to determine what to do next after we have a release in 2 minutes. Silver, okay. So same thing with Nasdaq. As you can see, there's just not much interesting things to do. As we've again, this is consolidation since December. So not much to do. You could be a seller here. Just looking at technicals alone, this is a sell right now. Put your stop above here or here, okay? But let's see the news first in about 1 minute, 55 seconds. Thirty seconds. I'm gonna switch my okay, let's see what the number is to 169, and the dollar is moving. You got a pop in euro. See, the volatility is going in. Here's euro. So the number is worse than expected. So as you can see, Nasdaq. Let's see. You always wait. First of all, you always wait a little bit. You're gonna have an initial reaction. This was the manipulation to stop the people, and then you get the second reaction, and then after the cash market open, you get a real reaction. So it gets whippy. They basically want to stop out people who were holding prior to news. They literally popped them, and now reversing. So where the next stop loss city is, this place right here. So this is where it's going. We're not trading yet. This is not the time. Not for me, at least. Nasdaq. See, Nasdaq is flat. Kind of popped the top, popped the bottom, and not doing anything, directionless, because the market is not confused, but they don't know how to read it yet. And you don't need to know how to they read it. You need to see once they chew through the bullshit in the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you will see a trend develop afterwards. Okay. And that's what you can trade that momentum. That's how I trade, if I trade this at all. I've been making money on this for 2 weeks straight, no losers whatsoever. So let's see if we can keep the tradition going. So that's why I'm cautious. I'm waiting. Just because there's a news release doesn't mean I need to press that fucking button like a monkey. Okay. Wait for them to reveal a direction, and then you're gonna trade it. Okay. All right. Let's see. I know this is not what you expect as exciting, but this is how it's done professionally. You have to. It's not exciting. It's not casino. It's not spinning the roulette. And are you gonna get your number or not? Is it gonna be black or red? That's none of that shit, okay? It's you sitting on your hands and shutting the fuck up, okay? Waiting for the opportunity, 1 second. Let me. I had a little leftover bullshit. I need to. 1 second. It was a. All right, so had a leftover trade, which I usually don't do, but so I'll close it for a few shekels. Anyway, so let's see what's happening. All right, NAS, nothing is happening, so we're still flatlining. There's no clear direction yet. You see that they are basically market makers are still just fucking with people, you know. So there's no flow of money in one way or another, and we're smack in the middle of this. So if the big boys don't know what the fuck is happening, why you're gonna be just rolling the dice? Is that what you're gonna do? You know, so you stay put. Look what they did. This is pure market manipulation. I'm not talking about manipulating you retail out of money. I'm talking about banks manipulating other banks and taking out hedge funds, institutional players who are idiots, because the idiots had stop losses here, and since there isn't clear direction, all they did was the big boys push the market up prior to the release, stop out the shorts, and then the idiots, because again, they're algos that trade the news too, and they probably bought a breakout, and then obviously they got stuck, and their stop losses were here, so they got liquidated. This is them liquidated, and then the profit taking. So basically, both sides of the equation got fucked, and that's what market does so well. And now we are waiting for a clear direction to ensue. So exactly, both they literally just stopped everybody out. Short-term players, weak hands, they shook them out. They took their money, told them to go fuck themselves, and now they're waiting. They're not sure what to do because they fucked the longs, they fucked the shorts, and nobody's committing one way or another, and that's why you have equilibrium, price equilibrium. All right, there's nothing, no side overly dominating the other, so it's flat. So let's see if we have a close, follow through, maybe a retest, continuation, short term, you know. So same thing here, you know. Look, pop the stops, S&P 500, pop these stops, and it looks like it wants to go down a little bit, but yeah, that's not much of a move yet. Look at euro. Just it was doing nothing. I mean, right? And then nothing, and then pop the stops, back to the middle we go. And that's why you don't gamble. You stay put. You stay put and you wait like a hunter. You have to be, you know, you're waiting for a proper moment, not just spray and pray, shooting in all directions. All right, and just flip a coin. Oh, I'm gonna go long. Oh, I'm gonna go short. Yeah, well, you know, both idiots got stopped out. People who went short got stopped out, and people who went long got stopped out. You know, so wait. So let's say let's hypothetically think about it. Let's say the market goes down today, right? It goes here, or it can obviously go this way. So if you sell here right now, you will get a better price, but you don't know if it's going to go up or not. If I'm going to be a sell, if I'm, let's say, biased towards a sell, I'm going to wait for close below this point. I'm going to wait for this situation. Now, I have a high probability that so yes, you're going to get a better price, but you're going to get stopped out half the fucking time because the price will just, you know, might just reverse and go to the top side. Meanwhile, I'm going to sit on my hands and wait. I'll let all the fools get trapped and get chopped up. And once the big money flow comes in, you will see which direction it goes. And all you got to do is wait for a little bit of a pullback one way or another, and you get into the direction of that trend. That's all I'm waiting for. Right now, you're literally in the middle. There's nothing to do. It's a coin flip. It can literally go up from here for the next hour. And by the way, and sometimes you don't get a pullback and a continuation. It just breaks out and goes. I let it go. So what? I had a trade every single day of this week. I had a winning trade that I gave you live with me, and I don't give a shit. I don't need to chase anything. I don't need to chase the bus. You know, if the bus says left, so let it go. There'll be another bus. Another bus will come and it will be empty. It will be, it will be this bus that I can take advantage of because it will be obvious. Right now, there is nothing obvious. There's nothing obvious about this. Nothing. This is why the market is dumbfounded. On one hand, they know that the Fed will be stimulating if the employment numbers, NFPs, keep coming up worse and the economy gets worse and worse employment data, then Trump will be like, hey, motherfuckers, let's cut the rates. Let's get them jobs going, right? So on the other hand, because the stimulus will pump this, because the stimulus will lower interest rates and thus pump the markets, it will be bullish for the stocks, okay? And it will be bearish for the dollar because they're going to have to cut the rates. If they cut the rates, the dollar will go down against euro. But we'll see. So right now, again, you don't need to even mentally masturbate about any of this. Forget about it. All the NFPs and all the macro schmacro fucking bullshit. Just concentrate on this purely as today. Today, we have nothing yet. We have everywhere we look, it's just smack in the middle because they don't know. That means the market, there's the buyers and sellers are in agreement where the equilibrium should be, and the price is just staying there. So they're probing a little bit to the low side, to the top side, but see now it's going up. 5 minutes ago, it was looking like it's gonna keep on going down. Now it looks like it's gonna go up, and this is what they do. They create this volatility back and forth, back and forth. They're duking it out between big boys, not you. And I'm just gonna wait which side is the winning side, and then I will join the winning side. Isn't that wonderful? You don't have to commit yourself prior to the team. Imagine you're in a championship basketball, end of the year, end of the season, or football, whatever, and you get to pick, when the score is 1-0 or 100 to whatever you go with a team that has a winning score. You're like, all right, now I can join. That's what you should be doing. That's what trading is. I know it doesn't sound glamorous. It doesn't sound like the shit you see on TV where everybody shoots from the hip. Boom, boom, cool dudes, taking huge position sizes. Yeah. Then, celebrating, drinking. Fuck that shit. That's bullshit. That's TV. It has nothing to do with reality. Nothing. No professional trader will be shooting from the hip and schmip. My job is simple. I want to see who is winning, and I'll join that winning side like a fucking retard. That's it. Not glamorous at all. All right. Still waiting. Again, I can't force this market to go fast. So there's nothing. This is what patient. That's why it's a boring game sometimes. Often, you have to wait and just let the price develop. Until the price develops and sets up properly, you should not be trading. You should be just observing at best. Or if you can't sit on your hands, go do some push-ups, go for a walk. Come back in 30 minutes, 15 minutes. But don't force a trade just because you want to trade. Okay, so now you have. I'm short pound. Fuck. Yes, I forgot about it. 1 second. It wasn't my signals. Just gonna. Yeah, to profit for 40 pips. Nice. That's done. 1 second. Not gonna give you all the trades, obviously, but that's the ones. I'm teaching you level 1 trades, the most accurate, the most conservative, and you've seen by being whoever has been on these webinars for the last 2 weeks, we didn't have a single loser. We'll have only winning trades. That's what you should be doing. You should be just sitting and waiting for A+ setup, and then like a fucking retard, you join the winning team, and that's it. You know, no glamorous, no nothing. Yeah, sounds scumbaggy, but the other side of the equation is you become broke. So, you know, I know, but that's the truth. Okay, so again, see, nothing, just nothing. We just literally probe up, down, and nothing. Nothing. So stock's trying to bounce, but again, not a breakout. It's starting to look bullish, and people, okay, it's bullish 100%. Let me go long, and then it ran and goes down, just like the people who tried to short it 3 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. You know, they tried to short it here with their stop losses here, so then now they might go pop the stops here. I don't know, but I'm just saying, you have to have patience. You have to have patience. You see, this is a range. Let's break out of this range. Let's retest the range and see a turnaround. And that's, you know, that to me. And if that doesn't happen, so fucking be it. You know, why are you gonna rush into anything? Don't rush. Nobody's asking you to be in a trade. You know, it's a lot cheaper. In fact, it's almost free to sit on the sidelines. You know what's expensive? Getting in the market in the wrong time. And then you're just sitting with a loser, you're sweating, you're chewing your nails, you're cursing, you're praying to gods you've never heard of, you know, whatever, right? We've all done that. This is the part of the learning process, and don't feel bad about it. We all pray to the gods of market. You know, we've all done stupid shit. We all blew accounts. We all took subpar trades. And that's what it takes, discipline and reinforcement of the discipline. And the reason why I'm disciplined is because I've been beaten like a rented mule. You know, the market has beaten me with a stick so many fucking times over the head that my dumb ass will be like, okay, finally, I get it. And that's why I can sit on my hands and wait for those trades to come to me. And then I just pluck him. I just pluck him like this. And I work for 2 hours, for 1 hour, for 3 hours, and I fuck off. That's it. But it took me 20 years to get here. Doesn't mean you can't do it sooner. I'm just saying, but it takes time. It takes time for you to, because we all have egos, especially this business. A lot of A-type personalities, big dick energy, and all that stuff. That shit goes out the window. Market humbles everybody. I don't care who the fuck you are. Market humbles everybody. No, I haven't met any. In fact, if you have people who are display any ego when it comes to markets, you run away immediately. That means they are unprofessional. That means they're fake, because only professional traders are humbled by being beaten with a fucking stick, by eating shit, losses. You know. Losing accounts, sweating, your wife hates you, your parents tell you you're a retard, you can't sleep, you can't eat, you have no money for rent, you have to borrow money. Everybody goes through this shit. It's a brutal motherfucking sport. That's why most people can't hack it. They go for a job and they get a salary and, okay, I will do this or do that, whatever the fuck you do with your job, you know? And listen to some schmo tell you what to do. And nobody tells you what to do, but you are your own worst enemy in here. And until you learn how to be disciplined, it will be a lot harder than listening to some fucking idiot tell you what to do. You know, go clean the toilets or do where's my paperwork report or whatever. You know, yeah. So, but it's better to give 5 years of your life to this and then enjoy 30, 40 years of freedom than be a slave with the salary for the rest of your life, because salaries are just enough. It's the golden handcuffs. They call them golden handcuffs because they're just enough money for you to take that shit that you don't want to take, but you keep, but I have to pay the rent. I have to, I like my car. I have to, I have a girlfriend, boyfriend, kids, schmids, mortgage, payments. So yeah, maybe next year I'll change the job. Maybe next year I'll do this. Maybe next year. And then you're 60 years old and and then you just shuffle you into the fucking ground or whatever. Or it doesn't matter. Even if you live to 100, you're basically, what the fuck? You can't enjoy life as you would be able to in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. When if you're young people who are listening to me, you work your fucking ass off from 20 to 30, and then you pop the bottles and smile, because you're gonna pop the bottles 5 times, 10 times, and you're gonna be, okay, this is stupid. It's stupid. Okay, and this is the most rewarding thing you can do, because it's your mentality and you only depending on you to make money, and nothing feels better than succeeding, like success, like a true success, when you finally get to being self-sufficient. Because then once you're self-sufficient, it's a fuck you attitude. You want me to do something? Fuck you. You want me, what if you don't want to do anything, you don't have to do it. Nobody can tell you shit because you're self-sufficient. And that's the biggest dick energy you can possibly have. Whether you have a dick or not doesn't matter, right? It's that freedom, that just the fuck you money. And by the way, fuck you money doesn't mean you have to have $20 billion. Fuck you money can be, I make $20,000 a month. I pay all my rent and I work 3-4 hours a day doing this. And it's enough for me. And I don't have to listen to anybody. I can be wherever I want, whenever I want. You live on your own terms. That's freedom. That's big dick energy. Not making millions of dollars and being some kind of VP of Pfizer where you have to fucking sell cancer or some shit. I don't know. Whatever, right? Work 80 hours a week, sweating and dying of heart attack at 55. Not seeing your kids ever. What the fuck? That's not freedom. Yes, you're rich. Yeah, you drive a Ferrari, you drive a Porsche. But I drive a Porsche, so what? Fuck you, But I don't have to be a slave for it, That's it. All right. That was my little side note, but because there's nothing happening. There's nothing to do. You have to just sit and wait. And the next, and this is what more big dogs are doing. They're sitting in. If I were to be talking to you right now, I would be just sitting and watching this shit, listening to music, or just chatting on the phone, whatever, talking to people. Yeah. So basically, right now, again, where are you on the time map? Okay, time check. It's 8:50. What's the next big? So we had an 8:30, obviously New York time, 8:30 release. You see that the market it doesn't know what the fuck to do. The next thing the next time event is 9:30 when the cash market opens. Maybe that volume will push the market one way or another, because they're going to start executing overnight orders for stocks. So that might be a push into one direction or another. And then we still have to wait for the initial volume to get chewed through for those market orders to get executed. I'm sorry, overnight orders to get executed, limit orders on the books before the current wave of trading, or volume rather, traders push the market one way or another. Okay, so we have to wait and just sit on your hands. Because again, do you see this price action? Is there anything to do here? Is it doing this? No. Is it doing this? No. It just sits. This whole bar is smack in the fucking middle. It's telling you that the big dogs are unsure of what to do, and your job is to see what they do and follow them, or be on the same boat as them. But let them reveal the direction to you first. And it's best to be on the sidelines and pick and wait, because it's free. If I have a trade one way or another at this point, I'm biased already. If I'm short and this thing keeps going up, I'm sweating. I'm thinking short, 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 instead of thinking, oh, another opportunity is going to come right now and I'll be able to go long. Your mentality, you are involved. You know, it's like in a cop movie where they kill the cop's family, and they tell them, you can't take this case because you're too close to it. Yeah, it's true, because you're too emotionally invested. You can't see shit anymore. Your brain is fried. You know, if you're on a sell and this thing is going up, instead of joining the to the upside, you're like, but I'm right. It should go down. Maybe now it will go down. Maybe now. And you know, because your mental capacity, your mental intellect, your brain is preoccupied with your bias. And once you're in that bias, your brain will start looking for tidbit clues to support your bias, right? If your bias was short, it will start looking. Oh, well, now let's say you shorted here. Okay, so you didn't take your stop loss like you should have. Okay, fine. So next time, this is an order block right here. Okay, so maybe I'll just wait till the price gets here, and then it turns around and goes on. Yeah. And the price keeps going up, and then you say, okay, well, and the price went up. You're like, okay, well, this is all-time high or whatever. Maybe after it pops the stops, then I'll take my stop, and then the price still keeps going up. Okay, you didn't take your stop. You're like, oh well, now it's been going up for so long, it's bound to go down, right? And it keeps going and going and going until it stops you the fuck out by liquidating you, right? So instead of getting into that, I'm gonna save myself the agony by just sitting put and doing nothing, okay? Because then if the price pops, I'm not gonna be selling some order blocks. I'm just gonna wait for this. And if the price starts bouncing, retesting the breakout, that's where I'm gonna buy. Breakout, retest, continuation. That's it. I don't need to have 20 billion different patterns. It's not a goddamn matrix, okay? You don't need to fucking remember. This is not the Chinese, symbol, the Japanese language. You don't need to remember thousands of different hieroglyphs, you know? So you just stay put and wait for one or two or three setups that your bread and butter setups, and they will make you rich, fabulously rich. They'll make you independent. You don't need to know for every second whether the market is going to go this way, that way, this way. No, you just wait for your setups. That's what you do. You're like a human algorithm with discretion. Algorithm just is programmed to take it every single time without discretion, with a pre-built notion. But you can actually have discretion and say, okay, maybe this is not a good time to enter, because if we're pushing on gold all-time highs. Today is Friday. Remember last Friday when we shorted? Remember when we caught this last Friday, right? And it popped the all-time high, and I said, nah. Remember when I told you that wait for they're gonna pop this stop and then they're gonna reverse it? That's exactly what happened. Same thing. You have to have a context, when to enter, what type of trades. I have a few trend following trades that I do. I'll give you one, which is breakout, retest, continuation. I have deep pullback, bankers trade when it's a deep pullback into the fib zone. And then I have mean reversion trade. I have three main ones, okay? And then obviously I have longer term, but for trading, These two trends and one mean reversion is enough for me. And obviously, I can trade the range as well. So 3, 4, that's it. And all I look is if one of them sets up, and they set up often enough for me not to give a fuck about anything else. So just pick one. So yeah, so this is why it's important to find those setups that resonate with your personality, with your psyche, and the way you like to trade. And that takes about 1 to 2 to 3 years of you, because you're gonna try this method. Oh, I don't like it, but you will like some part of that method, and slowly you kind of like piece the mosaic, little piece by piece by piece to reveal a whole picture. Okay, but it takes time, and it takes and the sooner you start journaling, I talk about this, ad nauseum, but you have to journal your trades. Why? Well, because you have to know, you have to have the sample data showing you that this shit works, this shit doesn't work. You simply, and if you just rely on your brain, you do a bunch of random shit, you're not gonna actually know what really works. Okay, you want to see. And I promise you keep journal for 2 months, you will see a pattern. It's either going to be a pattern of shit not to do, pardon me, or a pattern of what to do. And usually it will be both. You will see stuff that does work, so you start doing more of it, adjust it a little bit, remove the shit that doesn't work. You see that you took 20 trades of this type and 18 times it went to shit. So don't do that. And you make micro adjustments until, like I said, in a year or so, you have something, 6 months maybe, whatever. But you're not going to be, most people come, month, third week, month number 2, and they think that, they're going to be, doing something that takes, again, do you expect to be a great surgeon or perform a open heart surgery after 2 weeks of medical school? No. So why do you think that one of the ways that you can make a lot of money will be just simple, oh yeah, well, it's week number 2, I'm just gonna, no, nobody's gonna let you. You're playing against people like me, all right? You're playing against big institutions that spend billions of dollars, and you're a rookie. It's like, again, I'm Michael Jordan, and you're a midget. Who's gonna win? Sorry, right? So that's why it takes a little time for you to, grow to become one of us, and again. Plenty of people do it. Plenty of people also fail because they don't have the discipline. They don't want that. They don't have the tenacity. Life happens, whatever. Not everybody can dedicate a year of free work because it's free. Not only it's free, you lose money. So mentally, it's extremely fucking difficult because you get, emotionally beaten up by markets because, for week 1, 2, 3, you're excited, blah blah blah, but month number 7. And you're still losing money, and your wife is telling you you're a fucking dumbass, and your parents tell you the same thing, and you want to blow your brains out. How many people can withstand that? And that's what it takes to become profitable, unfortunately. Otherwise, and that's why the reward is so high, because very few people can withstand this type of fucking heat, this type of fucking pressure. It's in the movies, it's all like fun and games and Ferraris and big cigars. No, in reality, you have to pay your dues, and to pay your dues, you have to eat a lot of shit. Simple as that. Just like imagine you would be an entrepreneur starting some kind of company. How many entrepreneurs fail after fail after fail before they hit stuff that starts working, right? So it's the same thing. Same thing with the tennis player, basketball player, football player. How many times you're gonna lose before you start becoming better, and then you start winning? Or an actor, How many actors become famous? There's Hollywood is riddled with people that never made it. For every Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, you have 20 billion people that you never heard of. And they didn't. Well, but the beauty about this sport, there's no it's very fair because there's nobody to tell you, oh, I don't like you, so I'm not gonna hire you for this movie. I'm not gonna hire you for this team. You have a wrong attitude. You have this. Nobody gives a shit in the market. Nobody gives a shit how you look, what you say. You can be hanging upside down with something up your ass. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. As long as you make money. And that's why it's the most merit-based type of sport, because there's nothing, everything is irrelevant in this business but making money. All right? So if you're profitable, nothing else matters. And obviously, if you're unprofitable, also nothing else matters. But it's very fair. There's no subjectivity towards like somebody. Again, your boss doesn't like you, so you don't get the promotion, or some shit like that. The coach doesn't like you, so he promoted that player instead of this player. Okay, you don't have to play politics. There's no politics. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. The only politics we care about is whether you make money or you lose money. That's it. All right. Shit, I'm going to start running out of material to talk about with this price action. We got 25 minutes, for fuck's sake. Is there a commercial break on this motherfucker? What's going on? Jesus. Literally nothing. Holy balls. I mean, come on. Yeah, so this is this is it, guys. I can't really. I thought some. By the way, sometimes this is unusually slow for NFP. Usually, you get fireworks. So, again, because market participants can read it that way and this way, and they don't know. They themselves don't know. So that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. So, let them reveal their hand. When will they do it? I don't know. I'll just have to sit and wait until it does. Or you can, set alerts. Set alerts when there is a breakout, below here and above here. And go have some coffee. Go for a walk. Go do whatever. Watch TV. Play video games. I don't care. Read a book. Call your mom. Doesn't matter. I'm just reading some of it. All right, thank you guys. All right. How about this? Because there's like literally not much to do until until the in 25 minutes we reopen. We thank you. Thank you guys for showing support. In 25 minutes, markets will open, and until then, I don't want to be sitting here just yelling in the microphone like an ape. As much as I sometimes enjoy it, I wanted to go do something else. There's nothing to do for the next 25 minutes. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing to do for 25 minutes. So what we're gonna do is this. I'm gonna end the stream, but we're gonna continue this at 9:30 on Funding Futures Discord. Live. I will just do the live on Discord, okay? Not on YouTube, on Discord. So come to Discord. The link should be in the description page. Definitely is. It's Funding Futures Discord. Can one of the staff provide the link in the chat, please? If anybody's listening. And yeah, we'll pick it up in 25 minutes because there's absolutely nothing to do right now. And even if something happens right now, for example, if in 5 minutes we see a breakout, then the cash market opens, it can just null and void it immediately. So this whole move is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. So you have to wait for 9:30 cash market open, unfortunately. So that will be in 20 minutes. Thank you, Crypto Sensei. That's the link right there. Guys, I'll see you there in 20 minutes, 25 minutes, let's say. 9:30 ish. I'll do the live there, and we go from there. All right. Cheerio.